Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your August 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Aries, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Aries. August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, this one first. Aries, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Aries, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Perfect. Aries, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. So the bottom is our inner self. No, the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the tarot has to say. We have the devil, which is Capricorn energy, but there's also going to be ties that kind of lure us in. And then there's the Hierophant. What is sacred to us? What is it that we need within our lives to move forward in? What is our truth, our essence, and our purpose? Our inner self. We have the Six of Cups, a link to the past, the Sun, the happiest card in the whole entire deck, and Judgment. A rising up out of the ashes. It brings us then to our emotional self, which has the Sun and the Tower. So there's going to be great blessing, but there's also going to be a sense of turmoil, upset, changes coming in. But we have the Sun now 2 times in 2 decks, and that's absolutely brilliant. Then we have our public arena, which is the Page of Wands, the Lord of Shadows, which is the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. The Page of Wands is us. We are students during this time. And then we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. Now, let's look at what we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Aries needs to be mindful of? August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The King of Swords. We need to be mindful of making everything about logic. We need to be mindful that we are going to be really drawn in by people who seem to have all the answers, who can seem to be a bit kind of curt with us, very much talk in a very blunt semi-hurtful way. And this is going to be a time where we're going to think, oh, well, they're just telling us what I need to hear. Oh, that's just truth as they see it. Oh, that's just, them being honest with me and I need that honesty. No, you don't need people being mean to you. So that's something that we have to be mindful of during this time. And then the chakra energy for us, Aries, August 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aries, angels and spirit guides. It's dreams. It's the third eye chakra. So much is going to be revealed to us through our dreams. And the third eye chakra is coming in and saying it is time to awaken. It is time to look at things more openly, more honestly, for the self, for what is desired, for where it is that we want to be, and stop kind of dialing it down for what is expected or because life has gotten too crazy. This is a sense of saying, but who am I again? Where do I want to be? What are my dreams? But also, how are my dreams leading me forward? What is it that I want from my life and from myself? Now, it leads us to the devil. It leads us to looking at things that we have become ensnared in, looking at addictions, hurts, pains, disappointment. This is like the cloak that we put over ourselves, and it's leaden. It just weighs us down. And we need to say, I'm done with it. I'm done with being held back. I'm done with being denied. I'm done with not being able to embrace the sun. Because during this time, Aries, that is what Spirit wants us to do. Spirit wants us to embrace the sun. Spirit wants us to move forward, to free ourselves, and to say there's more here than I ever realized. And I am embracing that more. I am embracing that power. I am embracing that tenacity. And not be ensnared by other people's expectations, by our own expectations for ourselves that are about achievements to please others instead of achievements to really align with our soul and where it is that we want to be. And that's where the Hierophant comes in. It's being surrounded by knowledge. This is also institutional wisdom. This is something that is absolutely a part of who we are. And if we walk away from it, we walk away from who we are and why we're put on this earth. There is going to be wisdom that comes. There are going to be moments where we're going to want to be crazy or loud or just absolutely numbing out everything. And what Spirit is saying is, no, be quiet. Be quiet and take in the wisdom. Be quiet and move towards your path, or move in your path with honesty and openness. It brings us to the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups here is a very rejoicing card. It looks so very happy. But we also have to be mindful that the Six of Cups brings us this energy of the past was better. This energy of melancholy, this energy of nostalgia. And it can also be the energy of nostalgia where it's like, it's taken me too long. I'm never going to get to where it is that I want to be. I'm never going to embrace the happiness that I truly desire, I truly want, I truly need. And there's going to be the sense here of needing to let go of the expectations of the past, to embrace the power of the present, and to stand firmly, strongly, and powerfully in the place that our souls are now. Not the place that we once were, not the place that we want to be, but the place that we are now. And it brings us to the sun. It brings us to blessings and happiness and a sense of joy and power coming forward. The sun comes in and says, this is what you were made for. It's this light shining bright within us, guiding us forward towards more, towards where we want to be, towards where we need to be, towards the intrinsic power of ourselves. And the thing is that people are going to see this. We don't just have one sun, we have two suns here shining brightly within us, in our inner selves, in our hearts. We don't have it in the public arena, but you know what? That might be just a little bit too much. To be able to embrace this light, this passion, this tenacity, to be able to say, this is me, this is where I'm going, and this is the blessing of divinity that shines within me. This is the power that I am moving forward in, and that is going to lead me to my greatness, to my intrinsic sense of self. That is going to be something that we really need to look at. Also, people are going to take us by eyes. Whenever we have the sun shining within us, people say, you know what, why you and not me? Or what makes you think that you could be so great? Or what makes you so bold? And this is going to be a time where we have to say, my destiny makes me bold. My passion for myself and my life and what I want makes me bold, opens up my world, opens up my eyes. And that's that resurrection of self. So when people are the naysayers during this time, and unfortunately we are going to have those naysayers, we have to realize that there is a resurrection of self, that there is a power that we have been ignoring. within us for too long. This is the time to answer the call. This is a time to answer that power. This is a time to be emboldened. This is a time to say, why not? And this is a time to rise, because as we rise, we see ourselves more and more, becoming the person that we want to be, the person that we need to be, and really embracing that fire that we've been missing for some time. It brings us then to the sun once again. And it's kind of like this resurrection, this phoenix rising is all about the sun. Now, this could be telling us, get that vitamin D, get out in that sun and hold your face towards it and just let the warmth come over you. This is also a sense of let yourself rejoice. Let yourself be powerful. Let yourself look at your blessings. It doesn't matter if other people laugh at them. It doesn't matter if other people don't get your blessings. Let you get your blessings. Embrace your blessings. Embrace your passion. Embrace what you desire and let it shine bright. The heart is calling to you because you have been through so much change. And there's going to almost be this part of us during this time, Aries, that says, I don't get to have this. I don't get to have the blessing. I don't get to have the happiness. I don't get to have the joy. And it's because everything has been in so much turmoil. Everything has changed so it almost feels irrevocably. Everything has become intense. And this is a time where we need to step back and say, I faced that change. My heart has been through this turmoil. I've seen the darkness. I have stood on the precipice of my shadowed self. And I understand more about me now than I ever did before I went through these changes, before I faced the chaos, before the hurt became a real part of my life and myself. And now I am emboldened and embodied to move forward, honestly and openly. The heart has been changed and is being changed in a way that divinity is saying, you can't walk back from this. This is going to be a part of you that you might not realize needed to come forward. You might not have thought, oh, I needed to change this way, or I needed this within my life. But divinity is leading you on this path now, Aries, that is going to open up new doors and going to open up a new understanding. As we embrace this tenacity, as we move forward in this passion, in this power, we call to ourselves and we call with the brightness of the new tomorrows. We call with the fact that there is this golden light at the end of all this change, all this heartbreak, all this disappointment, or just all the stress that has been put upon our shoulders. This is a time where we start to see it and we start to see the reasonings behind it. Not this berating of the self and saying, oh, well, I should have done better. Oh, I could have done more. Oh my gosh, I really dropped the ball there. Oh my gosh, everything fell apart and it was all my fault. We have to be very mindful of this self-blaming that we're going to really be drawn to during this time, just like we're drawn to the King of Wands that says, the King of Swords that says, you know what, this is a truth that you have to see it. I'm going to kind of spell things out really bluntly, really, really fiercely. And it is going to be fiercely because it's going to be angrily almost. It's going to be to sting, to hurt. And this is going to be a time where we think, oh my gosh, again, that person's just telling me the truth. That's just what I need to hear. That's a betterment for me. No, people can say things in a way that is respectful for you and also for themselves. This is a time where our hearts are called towards change. And we need to look at the light instead of at the chaos, because it's going to be really easy to be just engulfed by the chaos, to let the storm overpower us and to say, this is my life. It's always going to be one turmoil after another after another. And now we need to step back from the trauma and the drama and know that there is more honoring us, then there is more moving us forward. It brings us to the Page of Wands. Now, we are represented by fire sign energy in the zodiac. And this is also, we're represented by the wands in the minor arcana, by Aries in the major arcana. And this is a time where we are the student, where we are the apprentice, we are the learner. And it doesn't mean that somebody else holds knowledge over us, though that's going to be part of what we think over this time period, where we think, oh my gosh, somebody holds this magic key, where if I just do what they do, if I'm just like them, if I follow this routine, I will be successful. Or I will achieve my goals, or everything will start to make sense. Everything will start to fall into place. That's not going to be how it is. This time is about seeking and developing and looking and learning and embracing those quiet moments to open up the door, to open up our ideas, to say there's more here than meets the eye, and there always has been. And so I'm going to walk down a path that has me as a perpetual student, that has me opening up my eyes. There's also a sense of really needing to embrace the inner child of us, the person whose hurts and pains and ways that they viewed the world when we were really, really small has impacted us so profoundly as adults and has moved us in directions that if we had been aware of this subconscious subconscious guidance of our inner child. We might say, oh, well, that was a silly thing. That was just somebody being mad that day. I don't need to be guided by that. I don't need to, bring that trauma drama forward, which is what we're going to see with the Six of Cups. Even though things are going to be masked with beauty and serenity and the sense of, oh, well, things were better when. The Page of Wands is also telling us, do not be caught in the trap of the past. Do not be caught in the pain of childhood that we bring into adulthood, and that we kind of reenact hurts and disappointments that formed us when we were little. This is going to be a time where we kind of break free and we let ourselves embrace the heart, the soul, and the endless possibility of when the world was big and vast, and when it was filled with infinite possibilities. We become a student of who we are, of where we want to be, of what it is that we desire. And it brings us to the Death card, the Lord of Shadows, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, the fact that nothing is ever as it seems, and all is flux, and nothing stays the same. Everything is changing. That quote is one of my favorite quotes from Plato, and it was true 400 years ago. Well, 400 years before the birth of Christ, and it's true now, or before the Common Era, however you like to say it. And it's true now. It's an intrinsic truth of humanity. And that power and that intensity is important. The fact that it's the shadows, it's the spaces between the words, it's the body language, it's everything that isn't said that forms and creates who we are and where we're headed. It's that the gravitas is held there, in the in-between. We're also going to find that the quiet is going to be very important to us, or the following of one specific story, one specific way of looking and thinking and imagining to move us forward. And it brings us to the Chariot. It brings us to this place of battle, this place of letting the subconscious and the conscious form of ourselves lead us forward, and understanding that there is more here and there is more at play than meets the eye. There's also the tangling together of the past life self and the present self, and there's going to be the sense of, I am moving forward with more tenacity, with more guidance, with more spunk than I knew I was bringing to the table. Remember, the Chariot is always, well, in ancient times, was always driven by pharaohs, by kings, by queens. It's one of the hypotheses behind how King Tut died, that he fell from the back of a chariot. And so here we have this power to us, and it's a power that's easily overlooked. And in the public arena, most definitely, we can overlook the power of the heart, but it's going to be the power of the heart that sees the moments that are the most important, sees the man and the child, sees the Luna moth, sees the change that others don't realize is beautiful and blessed and sacred. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of for this time is the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But it isn't just simply be mindful of Earth sign energies or be mindful of air sign energies. What it is saying here is be mindful of the pull during this time. Be mindful of what we see as successful and who we see as successful or prosperous or bountiful. And don't take things just at face value. They're going to go deeper. We need to see the roots of it. It brings us to our subconscious chakra message, which is communication, which is the throat chakra. We are going to be communicating on a higher level. It's not just face value here anymore. And what this is going to do is this is going to make things a little bit more complicated. When we have a conversation, we're having a conversation deeper and deeper and deeper. And the other person might not be having the same conversation, might not be seeing things the same way. Take this knowledge, embrace your perception of reality right now, the way that you are viewing the world, and be emboldened by it. Be emboldened by who you are and where you're headed and why you want to be there. And take in all the energy that you are picking up on, because it has a purpose and a place. Just be very mindful not to be flooded by it, not to be overshadowed by it. Our subconscious rooted self is the star, Aquarius energy. But this is also the sense of dreams coming forward. This is divinity seeing what our souls want, not just simply what we cross our fingers for and say, oh, I'd really like this. This is going to be a time where blessings are important, where deep connections to the earth, to ourselves, to the line of who we are, who we were, and the dreams of who we will be, become very, very strong. And we can find that we follow these lines in our dreams, in the place between the conscious world and the unconscious world, between the place of the chaos of reality and the beauty of the sacred. And this is going to be a time where we need to follow that understanding. And we need to find the balance between the spiritual and the earthly. And we need to find the balance within us to move us forward. This is a time where it's going to be really interesting, but anger can kind of take over. This sense of, I'm tired of the endless change. I'm tired of the endless struggle. And we're not going to see the blessing. Everything else, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, they're going to eclipse the blessings that are coming forward. And that would be a real shame, because it's through the blessings, it's through the fire of the sun that we resurrect like the phoenix. It brings us to our subconscious inner self, which is the Six of Wands. And I love that this is, she's flying above it all. She's on this broomstick, on this wand, and it's her freedom, it's her joy, it's her celebration. And that's what we need to do. We need to fly above it all. Embrace the joy, the beauty, the passion, the power of our hearts, our souls, and ourselves. Knowing that there is more here than meets the eye, and that there always will be more here than what we realize. But the first step to embracing our greatness is to realize our greatness, and to honor it, and honor who we are, and why we're here. We need to celebrate us. And our inner self is saying, celebrate you, Aries. It brings us then to our emotional self, our subconscious emotional self. New horizons, the Three of Wands. New horizons, new passions, new joys, new sense of possibility. It's saying, why not? Why not go after it? Why not look at that dream? Why not let that dream become the reality? Why not push the boundaries and the limitations and rejoice? Why not? It brings us then to our subconscious public self, which is the Lovers, Gemini energy. It's falling in love with life. It's finding that balance that we need of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, that balance that we need of our hearts and our souls and our passions. This is a time where love really does mean it all. And if we forget that, if we lose sight of that in this world, we lose sight of who we are and why we're here. And it all becomes about more and more and more, and it'll never be enough. The Lovers are showing us that there are different paths, that there are different ways of seeing and understanding situations. And it's saying to lead forward with the compassion of the heart, with the love of the heart, and with the beauty of the self. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the knowledge that is coming, and as we let the light within us shine to blinding ferocity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace, and in harmony, Aries.